Hello, today we're in Chicopee, Massachusetts. It's a nice fall day, and we're going to be talking about the Lincoln Grove Park, which is on Broadway Street. And you can tell by the area that this park's been here a long time because it's surrounded by beautiful homes. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to start here and give you a little perspective, but I'm going to walk around the whole triangle that forms this park so you can see all the exterior of the park. The interior is very ordinary. It's filled up with, I can look basketball court, there's a big person playground, a spray park, and there's a soccer field, softball field. So it's a very ordinary park for this neighborhood, and the whole neighborhood is called the Lincoln Grove neighborhood. And it has a lot of businesses, of course, on Broadway Street, but also a lot of homes. So is there anything you want to know today?
So what style of what architectural style are the homes?
Most of the homes are from 1890 up to about 1910, and they're all in the Victorian style. I can see a lot of stick, maybe a few is out there, but we're going to see every one of them as I walk around. I'm mostly going to be putting the video outside the park on the sidewalk, and the inside is only going to see once in a while. So look out for the different styles. I'll try to name them as we come up to them. We're going to give you a 360 from this position of this whole neighborhood. Okay, so let's go for a walk now. We're going to first see the play area section and then spray park, and it's a real park where you can have a lot of trees around. And here's the beautiful spray park. And all signs are surrounded by houses, but most are across the street, those houses, except for this back part where the houses are right at the edge of the park. And they do a fine job here. It's one of the better kept parks in Chicopee. And if you're a walker, this is a great place to walk because there's a lot of nice greenways and also a lot of interior sidewalks, and I bet in the early morning not too many people around, so it's nice and quiet. And you can see the park itself is not always flat, and that's great because you got this section where you can go downhill, and you can tell it's October. The trees are turning their October colors. But to me, the highlight of this park is what's around it. And so thus, we're going to talk about the different styles of houses and how they look. None of them are really actually stand out. It's just that they, as a group, are very nice. And there's no historical person or importance to any one given one of the houses. They're just very different looking. This is a great place where at one time the middle to upper class of Chicopee would make their homes far away from the mills of Chicopee Falls and Chicopee Center. Okay, and the first home is right here. It's a shingle style Victorian home, probably from the late 1880s, early 1890s. And here's the second one here. It probably was a Queen Anne Victorian at one point, and it's also got a nice median or middle section where it's all beautifully shingled. Okay, and here you can see inside the park, the big soccer field. Okay, and here's I would call that a painted lady because of Victorian home with three different unique colors to it. It's shingle style Victorian, again from 1880s. It's nicely taken care of at the corner of Grove Street and Ellerton Street. Okay, and another beautiful one. That's the ground floor is not boxed in, and it has a nice porch there. The second floor is boxed in, but it's nice elements to it. I would call it again in the shingle style with a bit of a Queen Anne flair to it all. And this one's a big box style, but nicely taken care of again. Okay, and across the street, another beautiful large Victorian home, right, in the shingle style again. So you're getting a lot of shingle styles in a row. Corner of Grove and Fay, you got two in a row more, but they start with the really gorgeous ones right at the corner. Okay, and the one in a very light beige color with cream trim is a Queen Anne style Victorian home, very nicely kept. You have to wonder if the first floor porch has been boxed in, but otherwise it's still in its natural state with a lot of Queen Anne flair to it. Quite nice. Now in the far distance you can see the rectory for the St. Patrick's Church with the St. Patrick's Church behind it. That was a home beforehand, and the rectory was bought by the Catholic Church, and I do its own video for that stop. It's very nice. And you're at the top of Grove Street, and here with Broadway, and you can see the Victorian homes continue on the other side of the street, including this light green one, which has a Queen Anne tower to it. And we're at Broadway in Madison, and you're going to see this large Victorian home is kept very much in its natural state. It has a trim on the gable of these red Italianate structures. Okay, and I'll show you a bit more of the field. Again, this is Lincoln Grove Park. Okay, now you can call that a painted lady. You have three different shades of color in there. Okay, and it's kept very nicely done. Probably in a very original state. And then there's a light blue one just beyond it. Okay, and you can see a nice Victorian home here. And you can almost call that Queen Anne, but very distinctive looking. Alright, and the last one I concentrate Arlington Street and Broadway. You got a large boxed Queen Anne, probably in the shingle style, with probably a lot of changes to some parts of it. Okay, and I'll give you one more view of the field itself. Remember, this is Lincoln Grove, and there's a lot of parks in Chicopee. People don't realize how many there are. So thank you very much.